Okay, so I am recording a tutorial video today for how to fix some of the common errors that can occur in this new scripted version. So I'm just going to walk you through some of the more basic ones that happen and how to fix them. Hopefully this will answer a lot of questions. Because scripting, as we know in the world of TTS, is awesome, but sometimes it isn't the most stable. We try to make this as stable as possible, but with a whole bunch of different variables of how things are going to occur, we recognize it's not always the case. So, let me get started. So what we're going to do here is I'm going to simulate a broken script. So if you do something like this, and it launches, and it says like a hunt is already in progress, or if you come down here in the showdown, it says like a missing, it gives you a Lua coroutine non-error thing. What you want to do is do a reset script variable. I'll show you how to do that. Make sure all this loads. Don't worry about the crooked cards down here. I'm going to show you what that looks like in just a moment, how to fix that as well. So we're going to spin around to the back of the box. Back here, we have a show admin console. This is the admin console. So this guy here gives you a couple options of what we see in the future and some different, or what we plan to do in the future, and some different options. You can turn the auto hunt to the auto showdown off if you want. For this one, we're just going to concentrate on reset script variables. So let's say our script is broken. We're going to click this. If you see in the chat, it says save scripted variables have been cleared. Now important, manually delete any remaining hunt showdown components that would normally be cleared up, or you may trigger errors in future auto setups. And then save and reload the game to complete the variable reset. So what that means, click the hide console, is that you would delete all this stuff. And you delete this line and make sure this deck, and if you happen to have a card sitting out here you were looking at, delete that guy too. Just on the things that spawned in. Then you would click save. Go up here, you click save. You would save your game. Then you would load that game that you just saved and try your scripts again. And it should clear up the majority of the problems. And so that's the reset script variable. Another one is because I launched it with the dev mode on, I'm going to do an update where, well, I already updated it where it's off, but in case it isn't, if you are able to select the table down, or the box down here, you can see that yellow thing highlighted. If you're able to select that, see that in a way, that's going to cause big problems for you. So you're going to want to make sure you click that admin console on and turn dev mode off. You don't want to be able to select that. You don't want anybody else to be able to select that, because that's where all the magic is happening. So I've updated that already out, but for the people that have already had it in and causing problems, that is what's going on. Put this way, hide console. Alright, the very next problem that can occur is, let's see here, missing things from a deck. I also want to say if you, see, like we got this little guy just chilling here. I also want to say if you have to do a reset script variable and you're deleting things, do not delete these guys. And that's why they have the red base, all of the little amiibos. Those are just triggers, and they're the the foundation which all this stuff is moving. So be very careful not to delete those guys. Alright, so let's simulate a missing deck. Alright, so we're going to come down here, get this guy all loaded up. You're going to see some cool stuff here. Let's just say you either take one of these cards and delete it, or you take one of these decks accidentally. You have it selected while you're selecting something else, you forgot, and you delete, come back, it's missing. That's gone now. Let's just simulate that. So I'm going to pick up the lion, and you can look at the chat, or I'll just narrate what's happening here. But it's searching through its decks, and it's doing an essential, recognize it had essential deck failure, attempting to repair, and then it repairs itself. It does a checksum against the table and make sure, yes, it should have this many, I'm going to put this many back in. So now you can see we're back up to our 12 basic hunt deck, and that everything should work perfectly. And this will also occur if you delete one of the cards here accidentally too. Just the card by itself. Take that, move the lion, and it's just going to do it on its own. So I know I was hovered over that for half a second. It looked like I was doing it, but it's doing it all by itself. So it repairs those decks. So everything is all hunky-dory. All right. Last thing is this kind of funky card layout that's been happening, as well as missing elements. So this is kind of a last ditch, nothing else is going to save it. You know, let's give this a try if you come up with something missing out of the brain box, the box down at the bottom. So I'm going to turn dev mode on so I can access the brain box. We're going to hide the console. Now, you'll notice when the White Lion cards came out, they were very floppy. I don't know, for whatever reason, when I was setting it up, they didn't go in the box flat. So they come out, yeah, like that. All sorts of just wonkiness. Most of the time, it's kind of comical. It's a little offsides, but sometimes I've seen the gravity of that just throw it completely wrong, and if this ends up sitting in this deck while another deck comes out, it chokes itself. So we're going to show you how to fix that. All right, let me put all those back away there. All right, so what I'm going to do is I'm going into the box here, search, and it's got all these, all the elements that you need, all the stuff that pops out on the board for the core. So you want to be very, very, very careful in here. Do not do this, like I said, unless it's last-ditch effort. And I'm going to straighten all the cards before I do an update. But as you can see, when I pull them out here, like that one was super wonky. So it's how it went into the box. That one was super wonky. A little crooked there. That one's good and straightforward. So I'm just going to pull all the White Lion card assets out. And White Lion hunt events, that should be fine. But alright, I'm going to pick them all up. They're all straight, they're all flat. Delete, deselect them now. Make sure. Groovy, no issues. Alright, load these suckers back in. Drop. Okay. And close that. And always want to get in the habit of turning that dev mode back off. And you can move the console around too. In fact, let me just do that really quick so that it's not in the way and I can access it. I don't have to keep rotating on the video. Alright. So dev mode is on. Let's turn it back off. Alright, let's test out that new layout. We'll see how the cards come out here. Alright, looks good. So that's how you fix the floppy card. So if you have missing elements that's through something got deleted, look for them here up in this big box. The big black box is what I call it. And see if you find it there. Like I said, this has the biggest chance of really messing up your game if you copy the wrong one or it just doesn't match up perfectly. But if a deck got deleted out of the brain box somehow, the one below the table, find this matching copy up here, turn the dev mode on, bring it in there, and give it a shot and see if that works. If not, feel free to shoot a comment at me. I'll try to troubleshoot it with you further, and maybe we can get it working. But that's the wonderful world of scripts for you. Alright, so let me clear here. Another thing I noticed earlier when I was really trying to break the table is sometimes the best thing you can do is, honestly, like if I had an issue here and it was, like I see hunt art is already in progress, that's happening down there. Sometimes you just need to wait a moment, let all the scripts sort itself out, and then drop it again. I've seen one repair that actually took 3 drops where I pick it up, drop it, pick it up, drop it, pick it up, drop it, and it fixed it. So give those a couple times and make sure you're just giving it a pause in between. You're not spamming it, otherwise it will overload it. So, alrighty guys, well, happy hunting, and yeah, I hope you guys enjoy the board. Alright, thanks.